So let's kick it off with Inside by Zed. Good luck, buddy.
Hi, hello. Thank you. Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Zed, and welcome to my run of Inside here at SpeedCon 2024. I'm very honored to be here, and I think we don't have to talk too much and can just get right into the game. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go! The time has started. Oh, awesome. Inside, this game was released in 2016, so it's 8 years old by now almost. It's Playdev's second title after Limbo, another game that I run. Basically, we are this boy starting in this forest and we're going to the right. You might notice that this is a 2D platformer, so we only have, one... The depth of the room, the plane, is something that we do not use. Well, maybe we are. Spoiler. And the game is in 3D graphics, but yeah, it's a 2D side-scroller. And so far, you might notice that I am constantly jumping. I'm doing a specific jumping rhythm in order to have the fastest speed. I can't just bunny hop, and I can't just... I have to time the jumps precisely to get the optimal speed. I have a visual cue for that. Whenever the boy's head is at the furthest point at the front here, I have to wait for a bit because we have these dark figures trying to, well, presumably catch us, and I'm waiting for a visual cue here. There it is. Okay, now I can just go further. The speedrun of this game is fairly technical, and I have to admit I'm also not one of the top runners. All we do is, we run, we jump, we can also interact with objects, such as here, and this is basically everything we can do so far. However, apart from the technical aspect where we, try to optimize our movement, we try to do the jumping rhythm appropriately in the fastest manner possible, there are some other glitches which are really, really cool, and I really hope that I'm able to show them to you, because that's something that the run is absolutely amazing for. So here we're having hip-high water. The game is incredibly well designed in terms of game feel. So the first 2 steps you do in water, you always do a little bit faster before you start slowing down. That feels really good. However, when I just turn around, as you saw me do, it restarts the animation, so I have the first 2 steps again, which are a bit faster than the rest of the steps. And these tiny optimizations that are a great advantage for the overall game feel, for the casual playthrough, a lot of these optimizations we actually can abuse in the speedrun. I will definitely explain when it happens, but be prepared to see some very interesting stuff happening. So, right now, I'm waiting for a specific event. Okay, here you see the boy is now running, and I'm no longer jumping. There's a few events where the boy automatically starts running, depending on the environments, what happens in the game. And when the boy is in the running animation, jumping is no longer faster. Then we can just hold the run button or just hold the move button. I also want to say I am playing this game on a controller, as you can see here. However, most of the top runners use keyboard, and I have to admit, probably after the end of this event, I might switch and become a full-time keyboard player, because what I'm doing so far is, whenever there's a skip that is easier to perform on keyboard than on controller, I switch the control method, and by now there's so many skips in the game that that keyboard makes a lot easier. It really makes it tempting to just ditch the controller in the speedrun altogether for me. Okay, so here I have a running sequence again. Ran away from these guys. They fortunately didn't hit me. Now here are doggos coming after me, trying to catch me. And I'm still in the running animation. I'm trying to not get caught, and I'm jumping away there. Barely didn't get hit. Okay, cool. Here I fell into the water, and I just breathe air for once and try to not get hit. Swimming below the light, that was a bit of a huge gap. I was very generous. It is possible to do this in one cycle. I try to play it safe, however, on the marathon, and try to not do stuff that I can't do too well. Okay, with that we have the first section of the game basically beat. The game is a continuous experience, so there are no loading screens. There are, well, I would say no cutscenes, but that is not totally true. You're going to see why later. But overall, we're never going to lose sight of our player character. And that, I think, is pretty cool. Also, as you might have noticed, the whole game story is told only with visuals and extremely good sound design. And there is no dialogue at all, or no text boxes that give us a hint of what's going on. It's very much open to speculation. Fun fact, in 2019, I had the incredible honor of meeting a bunch of people who work at Playdead. We were at ESA, before the ESA 2019, me and a bunch of my speed friends, we met them in a bar in Copenhagen. We had a few beverages and had a good time, and we showed them our skips that we found in Limbo on my Switch. It was really amazing. And I asked them, hey, do you guys actually know what this game is about? What the full explanation for the game is? And they said, nope, we don't. Arne Jensen, the game's director, is the only person who really knows what's going on completely, and he just asks his developers and his team to say, hey, we need this, or this would fit really well into the game and stuff like this. So here I'm climbing up a rope, and you might have noticed I have reset the climbing animation, because again here resetting the animation is actually faster than playing out the full animation. Okay, here I have to go back. Whoop, I forgot to hit the use button. Strange things are happening. Luring in all the chicks. The chicks are following me. I wish that were true in real life as well. Okay, I'm moving all the way to here and wait until the chicks are behind the pillar. I'm doing it a bit more generous because I like to mess this up in a marathon. Okay, now... Oh, I forgot something. Yeah, I already messed it up. That is embarrassing. Okay, now let's go back, and now the chicks are here. Okay, yeah. Sometimes, when you're nervous at a marathon, you tend to forget some things. Now I activated this lever, and I should, yeah. Now we have the chick cannon has pushed over the cube of hay, and I can use that as a platform and proceed on the game. You see we're in some kind of a farm or barn or whatever is going on. Oh, it seems to be a lot of... seems to be very abandoned, and not... Yeah, down here is a cart full of presumably dead pigs. And I need that as a platform to continue climbing up here, getting across over the rooftop, going down here. Sometimes you see, just as there, the boy does a little bit of a stumble animation when he falls down or he jumps on a sloped floor. Getting one of those is really good because it speeds, it provides you with more speed than a regular animation, regular landing animation. So whenever you see the opportunity to get one of those, you try to get them. So now we're gonna say hi to our new friend that is going to awake right there. Do a jump over it. Now we'll do a jump back. And if everything goes right, I can... Okay. Seems to be very, very aggressive with us. And now I'm doing... The pig has ran against the wall. I am pulling out the parasite, and suddenly the pig is very tame. And I can just pull it over here. And you see this weird dangling device from the ceiling. That is a mind control helmet, where I can just hang on. When I do that, I can control these freaks, these mindless workers in the background. And my movements will transport over to them. And this is actually a mechanic that is going to continue throughout the game, and it also plays a huge role in the game's story in some way, shape or form. I'm not entirely sure what, so I'm not much of a theorizer what the game is about completely, but I am very certain that this mechanic also plays a narrative role. This game is, in my opinion, it's a really, really good game, not just in terms of gameplay, but in terms of overall gameplay and video game experience and presentation, and a really good combination of gameplay and narrative. And I think if you haven't played the game yet, you definitely should. The game's story is more told, with subtle hints of environmental storytelling. rather than with a lengthy dialogue. And I really dig that. And the game it's not that long. It's like 4 to 5 hours long when you play it for the first time, if you don't remember my solution. So here you see this chain. I have this card. Contradicting to what you might expect, I push the card to put the chain down. And this is how many of the puzzles work in the game. The game's puzzle designer, Jeppe Carlsen, recently published his not his first, but his own game, with his own studio, Cocoon. He often designs puzzles in a way that you see an obvious solution, but that obvious solution just barely does not work, so that you have to go for a different solution instead and have to think a bit around the corner. So here you see these planks on the ground. I should throw the safe from above through the floor right there and get into the floor. However, what we're going to do instead is something. I climb up here. And now I am tiptoeing across the scaffold. I'm trying to be very, very careful. Because that way, if I'm tiptoeing, I will not change my Z position. What I'm trying now. That's good. Okay, cool. We got it. Basically, I just skipped a full section where I would have to go back and do a puzzle there. It's called the scaffold skip. This is the most recent skip that just happened in the run. The skip itself exists for a while, but we had different setups, and this one is the newest setup, the fastest setup. So what just happened there? Why did the boy clip through the scaffold? Well, as I told, the game is a 2.5D game. That is, it is a 3D environment, but actually plays like a regular old 2D game, such as Super Mario Bros. On the NES. That means the boy always needs to stick on a specific plane in the third dimension that he cannot move away from. However, since this is also a game that really strives to give a good gameplay presentation and a good game feel to the experience, sometimes the boy's animations get a bit more in the foreground or the background. And if we move along after such an animation that offsets our Z-plane position, we would get sent back to the regular Z-plane position. However, if we just tiptoe along on the wrong third dimension position, we can keep our 3D position, our Z-plane position, and for some parts of the game, this is actually a pretty cool way of skipping parts. Okay. This part, now we're in a sort of city. We're seeing this line of people marching behind. Ominously, we're not really sure why, but maybe we want to see more about that later, or maybe we don't. I don't know. So in this room, I have to go forward first. You see these robots in the background. They look very menacing. I have to open up this door to the elevator. Now I have to go back again and flip the switch that you saw on the wall in order to activate the power. But now that the power is on, these robots are also on and the light is now shining, and I do not want to enter the slide because they are going to shoot me with a spiral spring feather shot thingy that is going to pull me away and make me unable to move. I was really hoping when the game came out that I would be able to figure out a way to one-cycle this room. Unfortunately, so far, neither I nor anybody else has found a way to do that. Maybe you're going to be the lucky one if you're interested in doing so. So now we are hearing this menacing sound in the background, this menacing pulse. Now, as I told earlier, sometimes you can switch the 3D plane. What I'm going to do now here is I'm going to perform a climb multiple times in a row. This is one of those animations that offsets you just ever so slightly on the Z-plane. Since I am repeating this animation over and over again, I'm getting the same offset, and you might notice if you are keen-eyed that the boy is slowly but surely clipping into the foreground. I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to be very, very safe here because I really want to show the skip, and I'm very afraid of messing it up. So I'm going to do it a bit longer than you would do in a PB attempt, but this takes a while to set up. However, if we get it, it's really worth it. So I really hope that I can show it off. Okay, now I should be fine. I'm going to get really careful here. I'm very afraid to accidentally reset my position. I'm going to tiptoe. I'm going to do very, very short inputs. And you might wonder, this takes so long to set up. Why is it worth it? Well, gonna see about it. Let's see if I... Yes, there we go. Worked. So now, basically what just happened, down there, regularly you would actually crack through the floor and start an auto-scroller section down here, which takes a very, very long time to do. Even with this lengthy setup that I did, I would still save time. So basically all here, I would only be able to move forward very slowly. Here I have to make really sure that I make the jump through the window, since I am not in the situation the game wants me and the running animation doesn't start, so I have to jump as late as possible. Okay, all right, we're safe. Now it's we've gotten through the skip. I have to wait until the doggo runs over the ramp, go down here. I can just go up here. Now the boy is in this running animation, and I jump on the helmet here. And the freak is pushing the cart on top with me hanging down there. So now here is another of those ominous puzzles. Oh, that should still work. I hope it still does work. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm using this red box to push on the button. People would think you would need the box to go back up on the helmet. However, you can use this chimney thing instead, which is the intended way. Yeah, that was still very much was a good position. As I said, I'm not a professional runner of this game, but I really love the game, and the community is full of very, very nice people. So I can, if you're interested, I can recommend you to join our Discord. The link is on speedcon.com. So here we see a very important moment where we can see that controlling the freaks actually works transitively through multiple entities. Because the boy was controlling one freak, and the freak was now controlling the other freak. And that's, in my opinion, this is a narrative implication. But I don't want to, spoil too much and give too much of the interpretation away for this game. We're just focusing here on the tech and on the speedrun. Okay, I'm positioning the boy right here. I need the freak over there. Activating this lever. Put it up until... I think we should be fine. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, falling in the water. And if I go directly to the left... and to this palette right here and grab it and pull it out. Now I can swim upwards. So you will notice the boy does these gulping animations when he's underwater for too long. That is, of course, the indication that, oh no, we are about to drown, and we don't want that. However, as I have mentioned previously, the game is designed to feel really good. And what does a good game feel mean? Well, you have sometimes animations and sometimes ways of the game helping you without you really noticing. For example, a very good example for this is coyote jumps, basically, which means you can still jump off a ledge even though you've just left the floor already. And here with the swimming, it's the same. When you start gulping and you are on the third gulp, but after the third gulp you already swim upwards, you will not drown. So I'm waiting for the gulp here. Okay, now I'm activating this. Because it would feel kind of unfair if you... Oh no, I was already on the way up. Why did I still drown? I was about to... So they kind of designed it in a way. I personally think that game design such as this is really good. Because it feels really fair. It doesn't distract you. It doesn't distract from the intended experience. I know that there's probably people who are of a different opinion. But for the speedrun, that also means that we can abuse, as I've previously mentioned, can abuse these sorts of, game design best practices. Okay, so now I have pushed this empty suitcase over here. And since it's empty, it is full of air. That means it is going to float. And we can use that as a platform. And here I'm going on the chain. Once again, I'm climbing the chain and I'm resetting the climbing animation over and over again. It's a bit faster than just holding up. So now I'm switching back to keyboard. You can see I'm switching back and forth to keyboard and controller now. As I said, I could just as well become a keyboard player, keyboard runner at this point. Because right here, we have to go to this wheel over there and turn it. However, using the controller would require me to twist the stick. With keyboard, I just hold the action button and hold the down key, and the boy does that automatically at full speed. Whoa, that's... works. Okay, I must not step into the light, because the light is once again evil to us. Going under the pipe right here, having these...
While you're dodging these lights, might I butt in for a moment?
Go for it.
Alrighty, because we actually had a bunch of donations come in, in the last few minutes. We had $5 from Princess Platypus saying, "Hey Zed, you didn't finish your explanation of that skip in the mines during your D-Rust stream, so I had to catch your run." Smiley face. Good luck on your run and stay awesome.
Thank you. I will explain it again, don't worry.
We also had a $2.40 donation from Redgert. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Simply saying, $30 left to 666.66.
Now it's just $11.
That is indeed, because we also had $15 from Rekka saying, "Wow, Limbo different in Germany."
Indeed. Color and in 3D. Thank you so much for the donations. Really appreciate that. Okay, so now I am down here in the canals, and there's a bunch of doggos in the background. And you already see they have noticed me. They are barking. Upcoming is I'm going to attempt a super duper hard trick, and I will spoil you. I will very likely not get it. I will attempt it just for the funsies anyway. So here I have the doggo chasing me. I'm going to swim down, wait until it's over me, and go up here again. Alrighty, now in my running animation, I'm going to try something that is called the one-cycle dogs, because I have to pull away some planks from the door. I do the correct setup, but my hands are a bit cold and I'm a bit nervous, so I hope... Nah, that's never gonna work. Never gonna work. Okay, at least I got the planks off the door. You can do this in one cycle. If you're not... I'm very inconsistent with this trick as well, but if you're nervous like me, it's very likely that you're not gonna get it. So what I'm going to do instead is lure them over here, climb back again. So this is basically possible to do this in one cycle. You don't have to lure the doggos over to the other side of the fence if you get the right pulling animations. But now we're going to make it through, throw over the cupboard, and here we are. Survived. Oh wait, this is a jump that is only possible with controller, with keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Time for one more quickie?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, because the last donation we also had in the storm that just came in comes from Teriyaki Sauce with $4, simply saying, "We require more minerals."
This is not a StarCraft run though, but thank you so much. I thought they were called rocks. Okay, now I'm waiting until the guy passes the other guy, and now I should be safe and can go to the submersible right there, which they're just leaving there unattended. They don't notice me jumping around. I will climb into the submersible. Of course, the boy directly knows instantly how to control this thing, and I can swim it forward, and I can do these boosts. So I will also need to do this right here to boost through the wood. This is a moment that is so simple, but I really, really love it. You can hear the ominous and mysterious ambient music playing in the background while the camera pans out, and everything feels a bit kind of liminal maybe even. And I'm seeing light getting through here, through the cracks, opening up this thing. If any inside runners are watching me, I know my submersible game is not fully optimized. I tried to study Parhelian's run before I did the run here today. But Parhelian, big shoutouts to Parhelian on this in this moment, is a beast in Inside and Limbo in both of these games, and has optimized the hell out of them. Okay, so now I have pushed a hole into this wall where I can dive through. I can't bring my submersible with me just yet. So what I'm going to do is continue swimming for a quick moment until I have reached this floor, where I can climb up these cupboards, and you can see a rope hanging from above, where I do again a climbing animation reset. Getting through this trapdoor. Now I need to go to the right. However, opening this gate, this is where I need to go. I can't go there directly because there's these big containers suddenly rolling towards me, and I need to jump away from them. If you know that this happens, then it's not a problem. If you're doing this for the first time, you're very likely getting squished. So we're going to do this again. Once again, I'm climbing up by resetting my animations. Okay. Now we're going to see a mechanic that is going to... well, we're going to see this mechanic a bit more often in the game. These yellow boxes with the handles where I can pull them. They will charge with this wonderful sound effect, and then they will push me upwards. I'm going to see this a few more times in the game, actually. So now I can move forward, and now here I'm on a sloped surface. And you notice whenever I do jump now, the boy always does this stumbling animation, which is good, actually. Grabbing the rope, doing the jump. Oh, nice, I even didn't get the climbing animation. Awesome. So now I can go down here, push that button, open the gate, and swim. If you're afraid of jump scares, be aware. And little jump scare, here it is. Okay. So now I have opened up the gate. I can go back into the submersible, and now I can swim further with it. Now, what was this creature that we just saw? Well, I'm going to say so much. This isn't the last time we've seen it. But first, I need to continue passing through this complex here. Here's the button in the background. We're not going to push it just yet. Instead, I'm going to bring the submersible over this pipe. And keep it on that side. Could have dived a bit earlier, I guess. Oh, it's fine. I'm gonna dive down to the button. Press it. Boy starts gulping, but I'm already swimming upwards again, so we're safe. Now the water level is decreasing, and I go back to my submersible and have now... can you please climb up the submersible? Thank you. I've also opened up this gate on the right side. Once again, I can use the boost to jump through here. Yeah, and there's another shut-off door that I have to boost open. And now we're gonna see our little friend. The developers call it the Grudge because it kind of looks like the girl from The Ring. Oh, frick! Well, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I did a mistake. Yeah, it's fine though. Okay, I did a little hiccup there. All is good though. So you see, this girl is afraid of our light, and whenever we boost into something, such as here, the light will turn off for a moment, and this would be enough for the girl to crack open the window of the submersible. So we had to make sure to shutter off the room and not have her kill the boy. Now this is probably my favorite moment of the game, and also a pretty cool skip that is coming up. So the next section is the mine section. If you listen carefully, I don't know how well you can hear the game audio in the run, but if you can listen here carefully, you might notice that there's a little thumping sound in the background playing, kind of foreshadowing what is about to happen. But first, we're landing in this abandoned mine. We see these mindless workers, which are not getting control at the moment. So we will not care that much about the thuds so far. But these are going to become relevant very soon. Also, I want to thank everybody, because as I've heard, there was an incentive open, and that incentive was me doing the so-called shockwave part with a blindfold on. And as far as I'm aware, we've met it, right? We have met the incentive. Okay, awesome. So thank you so much for donating to it. I'm looking forward to showing it to you in a bit. But first of all, we have to go here. I'm turning on the power. So down here on the bottom, to the right-hand side, you just saw a plate on the floor. That's a big button where we need to put entities to. You saw maybe you noticed the big number on the top right on the screen. So we have to put the amount of entities that this number shows, which is 20 in total. It showed a 19 because one entity was already residing on the button. And so basically this puzzle is supposed for us to go through the mine and collect all the people that we need and control them. But first of all, we need the ability to control them, which over there you can see the helmet is hanging down. This is exactly what we need. Oh, I interrupted a dangle. That was a stumble. That was not what I wanted. Anyway, it's fine. So here I'm trying to do the dive in one cycle. Also easier with keyboard once again. Diving around here. That is gulp 1, gulp 2, gulp 3, and I press up. Okay. If I did everything correctly, yep, I did it in one cycle. Awesome. Yeah, you see, I should definitely throw this controller away when it comes to speedrunning inside. But it's just so comfortable. All right, now here is the first rope. I'm going to try to get this in one cycle, but I'm very, very nervous. So let's see. Oh, that might be late. Oh, nice. I actually got it in one cycle. Cool. I always mess this up when I'm at a marathon. So far this one, I'm very happy with this run so far. Okay, so now you see the helmet over there, and I have to attach to that helmet and... oh, no. But yeah, of course, that was intended. And the helmet... fell off, and I still wear it, and the freaks are following me around, and now I can make use of them by having them pick me up and throw me in the direction. Okay, that was not what I wanted, but throw me in the direction that I want, so I can bring them with me. And I've already told you what we're going to do. What we need to do, we need to bring enough entities on the plate on the bottom. So since I know what to do, I just, bring down this platform, bring them over here. And go up the elevator again. So basically, what we're actually supposed to do here is going through the mine, through many sections of the mine, back and forth, in 3 floors, the lower floor, the middle floor, and the upper floor. And, finding all the freaks that we need, that we find enough to activate the bottom plate, the floor plate. However, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going on this position, and these folks I'm going to bring with me, have them pick me up. I'm going to the right and cancel the movement to the right, and now I'm going to do a specific animation. It kind of looks like the boy is dabbing. I don't know if dabbing is still a thing in 2024. I'm turning 35 in 2 weeks, so I'm pretty much out of the loop what the young people do. But you can see the boy is keeping this animation, and whenever I do it, if I hopefully set the thing up correctly, I think it looks pretty good, yeah. We are ever so slightly, with each animation, moving a bit... excuse me. Oh, I hope that this still works. A bit further into the foreground. And what I basically want to do is, while we are moving in the foreground, I need to be far enough in the foreground that... when I walk to this big plate on the floor, that the freaks are no longer triggered by the plate's hitbox to automatically go to the hitbox and just stand there, because I need them with me right next to this very big gate there at the end of the room. So I'm basically repeating this action a few times. This skip, it takes a really long time, and it looks as though it takes too long. Okay, I hope that I didn't accidentally switch directions now. No, I should be fine. It looks good. Yeah, you can also you could also clip in the background, but I think I'm still clipping to the foreground. Yeah, it looks good. So, I need them over there. It takes a really long time to set up. However, even this long setup skip and this is just the first part of the skip that we're doing, even that long setup is still about 1 to 1.5 minutes faster than doing it the casual way. And I understand that this is a bit boring for you to watch, but this is a speed run, and some speed runs just, you know, require some sacrifices, require you to get bored for a while. Okay, now I have the camera changed. That is good. Now I want to do this. I'm going to do this a few more times. I want to be extra safe because maneuvering the freaks around the button is not fun if you did a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna do maybe one more back and forth. Maybe I might just go twice back and forth to be extra safe. Oh. Come on, let's do it. One more back and forth. Okay, let's try it. Okay, I will just have them pick me up and let me down on the right side. This way I make sure that I do not reset my my Z-plane position, you know, the third room dimension. I hope this looks good so far. Come on, please, follow me. Come on, please. This looks good. Okay, the hard part of the skip is over. Now comes the boring part of the skip. I just, you know, look to the left, have them pick me up, and let them have me fall down on the right side. I keep doing the exact same thing. You no longer see that I'm doing it, but I just keep doing it. And I just will keep doing it for another few minutes. So if there's anything the host wants to say, wants to read, wants to announce, wants to remind us of, I think now is the perfect time to do exactly that.
I have unfortunate news for many people, probably.
Uh-oh.
Because we've just had another $11 donation, putting us at the coveted 5 number 6s. I'll just get it out with. It's from Crystal Mont, saying, "Hello, Mont here. Just want to make sure that we have 5 number 6 digits. Good luck, Zed. You're doing amazing. And for everyone at the venue, I'm a little hungry again." For those at home, as a little reference, he had, I think, 3/4 of an XXXL meal here today, from 3 different meals so far, and I have no idea how he's eating that much.
Okay.
On the other hand, we also have one question from Rutgert in chat. How long does this take without doing the skip, actually?
I honestly don't know in terms of numbers. I have to admit. I can just tell you, I think casually it's going to take you half an hour maybe, but in speedrun terms, I wouldn't know. I think there's some runners in chat, maybe they have a better idea. I'm sorry, I can't give you precise numbers. As I said, I'm more of an event runner of this game, and I love to present it and show the skips, but I don't know the precise numbers. So maybe somebody else can give you that information. But it's probably some 8 to 10 minutes or something. I don't know. Okay, you see, the camera keeps moving forward, and we are clipping continuously in the foreground. The speaker tower to the left-hand side is now visible, so it's now only a matter of time. Trust me on that one. We will see the skip. It will happen. I've done this before, I swear. And we just have to keep doing it over and over again.
Mind if I take it from you again so we can focus on this?
Go for it.
Alrighty then, I just want to first of all say hello for everyone showing up from the Touhou Replay Showcase right now.
Thank you.
Welcome in, welcome. We're the SpeedCon. We're raising money for Save the Children, this event. And I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last couple of hours of the event. We are only a few runs away from the end of this event. And I just want to say once again, thank you to everyone donating. And can we make that 700 still happen as Zed now puts on his blindfold?
Indeed I am. So, first of all, you've seen we have clipped through the door. And second of all, thank you so much again for donating. I have a makeshift blindfold with me. I know it's not very impressive. And I know I am also not I'm not in the blindfolded community. However, I think what they're doing is really, really great, and blindfolded runs is super cool. Okay, I can't see anything. You have to trust me on this one. This section is incredibly not too hard, but I think it's pretty cool to watch, and I hope that you get it. Is everything good? Okay, cool. That you can get an impression on maybe how to start learning a blindfolded section. Okay, here we go. So first of all, I'm going to keep running to the right-hand side. Oh, excuse me. I have to turn up my game volume a bit because this is really important. Should be mine. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now, good. Okay, so, as I was saying, okay, I'm pushing this box to the right. Okay, now the shockwave is hit, I'm going to run to the right and hold the action button. And when I don't stop, it will automatically shield me off. I will reach the lever right here. As soon as the shockwave hits, I put it back. And if I just keep running, it should shield me. All right, all good. I keep holding the action button. Now, I need to listen closely, and I will hopefully grab the lever. Waiting for my audio cue. There it is. Okay, that was the one section. Okay, hopefully I make this jump. Okay, so far. Okay, we survived this. This is the hardest part, right? Or one of the hardest parts right here. Gonna wait one more. Okay, and the next one I'm gonna run. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, good. Alright, so we survived that. That's pretty good. Now we continue running. And I need to reach this box on at the end. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I was a bit too slow. That's fine. We've gotten a checkpoint here. Okay, cool. Okay, now I've waited for a cue here. Went to the left side and waited for a shockwave. Okay, am I going to survive this? I did. Okay, if I did everything correctly, I should survive this. We're gonna see if I do, but I have a backup if I don't. That's good. Okay, I have no idea in which cycle I am. If I have to jump now or no, I'm just gonna take a guess. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, you can laugh at me. That's fine. Ah, well, it's fine. Waiting for the other audio cue. Alright. And now we're falling down. And with that, everybody, we have survived the shockwave section. And while we continue listening to the amazing pitched sound of the light that is pitched to the key of the soundtrack, take off my blindfold again. It's very fun to do because it's a very rhythmic scene. So also I should put on my glasses again. It's a very rhythmic scene, so you can take your audio cues. And you see, I'm not perfect at it, but it's very fun, and I'm very happy to show it off. So thank you so much for donating for that goal. So now we are back, and we see what we do, or I see what I do again. And here we have this elevator. However, I will now perform a animation again, which should clip me in the background. So far in every event I've shown this, I've clipped into the elevator. Let's see if it does not happen this time, because I actually want to clip behind the elevator. I'm scared. Oh wow, okay. It's not over yet, it's not over yet. I'm doing this. Yes, nice. Okay, we got it. So this way we have skipped a very lengthy auto-scroller and clipped through the wall. That's pretty cool. I'm very happy that this finally worked at a marathon, because I've tried to show this trick 2 times before, and every time I messed up the initial setup for some reason. You still hear this calming music in the background, and you can also still hear the pulls of the shockwaves. That is not intended. This is supposed to stop with the... Well, that was not what I wanted to do. This is supposed to stop with the actual sequence of the elevator that you're going to do, where the elevator would then crash down. However, since we have skipped the trigger point for the soundscape just never stops, and it will continue to thump in the background for a little while. So I hope you just get used to it. I think it's a pretty nice touch when you know the game in an inside and out. Inside and out, you get it? To sometimes get a new experience for it. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to keyboard back again, because now there's another part for a friend that you might remember. Well, that was not a very good setup. So here is Ariel again. So I'm trying to set up a skip here, but I'm pretty nervous because I'm often not that good at it. Let's see. That actually looks pretty good, to be honest, if I do say so myself. Nah, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna stick to keyboard now, because doing a specific trick when diving into water is easier on keyboard than on controller. At least the placebo effect, if anything, does that to me. I'm climbing up back here. Alrighty. Do another jump. Climbing up here. Okay, now there you see the chain. That is actually supposed to be a puzzle. However, I don't know if that looks good. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try to not use the chain at all. I'm going to activate the button with the feet. And there we go. We just did this in one cycle. It's the chain skip. We have escaped the grudge. We've escaped the water girl. Thank you, thank you. It's pretty cool skip. All right, I'm going to try and do... that's not good. Still works. Awesome. Did this in one cycle here, the swing. I messed this up way too many times, and this is one of the things, it just feels right to do, but I can't really tell you exactly what is wrong. I love how the shockwaves are still playing, and they're getting louder now for some reason. I think they're in the same layer as the menacing screeching pad noise of the music. Okay, here we have a similar puzzle where we need to open up this trapdoor and go underwater and activate this button. It is possible, I'm going to say this right away, it is possible to do this in one cycle. It is ridiculously hard though, and I've never done it, so this is why I'm not even attempting it. Sorry if you expected me to do this, but I just, do the casual way. The intended way is to go down there, push the button just as I did, lure the girl back to the side over here, as far as I can put her away from me, or away from the other side, actually put her towards me. And now I will climb back down again, swim here, once again activate the button, and dive through the button over there. I love just how the shockwaves just keep pounding in the background. Gasp for some air. Alrighty, and now here's the chain that I need to climb up. This is pretty finicky. I have to make sure that I do not mess this up. You're not only allowed to do very tiny steps on top there. Ah, dang it! Okay, I'm just kidding. Of course, that's a cutscene that's going to play. This is going to take a while. If there's anything you want to announce or any words, now is the perfect time. I'm going to have a little bit of a hydrating pause.
First of all, I just want to say, for half an hour already, for a game that is called Inside, we're surprisingly spending a lot of time outside, on construction sites, in the forest in the beginning. Obviously now a lot of time in shipwrecks and stuff like that, but, still a lot of time outside so far. And with that, I just also wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, we are in the last few hours of this event, but the event never stops. If you just want to watch speedruns, you can go to our YouTube channel. That's exclamation mark YouTube in chat. So to get the link to our YouTube channel, where all past runs ever held on this event are uploaded already, and if you've missed anything in this event, well, you won't get it right away, but in the next couple of weeks, months, everything will be uploaded up there as well.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell and like every video that you watch on speedruns. SpeedCon, sorry, SpeedCon. Okay, while we were hearing these announcements from our lovely host, HKN, we just saw that the girl kind of stuck a plug into the boy's belly, and for some reason, well, it looks like we have drowned, but the question is, have we? And suddenly all the animals seem to be really attracted to the boy. The fish are, running towards me. Swimming towards me. Okay, you might be wondering, why am I now playing with keyboard? But even the section in swimming is a bit easier to set up when you're doing it with keyboard than with controller, where you have 360 degrees of freedom. Okay, now with that, I can start my swimming back up, and you might notice the boy now can breathe underwater, or rather, he doesn't need to breathe at all anymore. I'm not sure if I've already messed up a setup here. We're gonna see. I'm swimming through some underwater office complexes, whatever. This in the background is one of my most favorite little moments in the game. They're gonna see in a bit right there. And there it is, the creature in the window on the back. I just love it. It's one of these little touches. Chef's kiss. This game is really, really good. Playdead have announced that they're gonna develop, that they are developing a third game. However, there's little to no information on it. Inside is 8 years old at this point. Maybe it's gonna shadow drop one day. I don't know. I have hope that it's still coming out, but it's been a while since we've last heard anything from them. Okay, here's this little aperture gate where I need to swim through. However, I'm not gonna make this cycle. Instead, I'm going to wait in front here. And I'm doing this tapping the down button here because that's faster. And by doing that, I am hopefully, yeah, I can reach this this handle over there in one single cycle. Shoutouts to Penta, by the way. Penta is doing the German commentary on the Slow Runs live restream. He has helped me out a lot and brought me up to speed again, quite literally, helped me with the skips. So shoutouts, Penta. Thank you so much for always being there for me when I need to de-rust the game and have to relearn all the stuff. And he's kind of telling me setups with keyboards. So now again, hip high water once again, doing the turnarounds thing, which is bringing back the initial too fast step animation that I've done at the beginning. Here's one of these menacing lights again that we do not want to get caught in. And what I'm attempting to do here is doing a cycle skip. I turn this wheel over here. Oh, by the way, the shockwave sound now has finally stopped because apparently the triggers are overridden. And I'm trying this. Okay, it does not look too bad so far. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to run across. Should be fine. Yeah, okay, got it in one cycle. Awesome. So now I am jumping down in this tank, but I'm directly swimming up again. And you will notice we're going to, the environments that we're going to go into are, English is hard, the environments that we're going to pass through now are going to be way more and more like a science lab feel, like an industrial feel, like a, less of a construction site, but more of a something is being developed here vibe. Okay, I've activated this yellow box and I'm pushing it along here. And then it will fly upwards and land on that ledge over there. This is where I need it. I'm going to put it over here below this light and stand next to the button so that when it flies up, I can just close it. And now I have the box up there, which is exactly where I need it. Okay. Swing back down. Well, I mean, now I can breathe underwater, or I don't need to breathe anymore, so I can just, you know, can stay in the water as long as I want to. I no longer have to care about the gulps, which is great, but still I don't want to, you know, waste any time because this is a speedrun after all. Okay, going back in there. Now I've pushed up the yellow box there. I am going to pull that over here. Activate one, put that on top of the other, activate the second one. And now I'm going to get shot up with these boxes in this weird physics room where the water is on the ceiling instead of the floor. How is that even possible? Well, I don't know myself, but I just know that it is. I'm going to pull out these batteries out of the wall, or whatever these are supposed to be, to open this gate right there. And now we are continuing through these laboratories, whatever these are. Okay, here I have to go to the left first because I need a crate for the next puzzle. In the background there's a bunch of mindless workers in a cage. I wonder what's gonna happen to them. Going to pull them through, pull this box, I mean. Or this crate rather, I need this. And okay, now these must not notice me. The father and his kid and the construction worker, they should not see me because they do not like me walking around for whatever reason. Now the forklift certified guy is going to put the other people there. Okay. Now the adult has turned around and I can continue moving. Even though the kid has noticed me, you know how parents are, they don't believe what their kids tell. So we don't have to worry about that. Going to pull this crate over to the next room. This is where I get very strong Portal vibes from the first Portal game with these observation windows in the background. Going to pull this box up and put it on at a position above this platform. Am I surviving this? Yeah. Cool. Okay, now you notice at the right hand side the door only opens when it's not underwater. So I'm going to, you know, put the water level just right above the door. Now I have the box on the platform and I can use that as an extra platform and can go and swim around the door. So sometimes when you're a speedrunner, you might do something that is just, you know, watching your speed game. Who does stream it? Who does a casual stream of the game? And at one point in time, there was a streamer. Big shoutouts to her. She doesn't stream anymore, but still shoutouts. Her name is Crispy Nugget 18_. She did a casual playthrough of Inside, and she went for what I call the red herring solution for the next puzzle. So basically, she tried the bait solution, or which is not the solution. She tried to go for the bait, which is the unintended way. Or sorry, how do I say it? Which is intended to not work, but to lure you into the wrong direction, and for some reason she managed to pull it off anyway. And then people looked into it and were able to reproduce it. Sometimes I am really bad at it. I hope that it works this time because it's a kind of cool skip. So now on the ceiling you see the button. I need my freaks following me in the background. That's not good. Please put me up. I need to cancel my fall down. It's not a good start. It's fine. Okay, I'm a bit late. Excuse me. Okay, now I'm. Okay, that should. Let's see. Yeah, nice. Okay, for that long of a setup, I still got the button, which is great. Otherwise, I would have had to do a round trip because that's how the puzzle is supposed to do. You have to, you know, do round trip, lower the water level again, use the freaks. It's a longer solution, and now we could just save a round trip. Unfortunately, I did mess up the setup a bit, but still fine. Okay, so now I need the freaks to push me over this gap because down here is an elevator. Well, you don't see it just yet. You just see that we're on some sort of metal platform. Going to go across here, fall down with the controller only drop, and now I'm inside that elevator. There's also a pretty cool skip possible here, which sometimes randomly does not work. To me at least, I don't exactly know what my mistakes are, so let's hope that I can do it. I go back here and push the button, let's see. How many? That's 2. Dang it, I need 3. I try it one more time. Just give me 1. Okay, now I have enough people. Alright, come on, I need you. Come down with me. Thank you. Because I need some of the workers. Usually you're supposed to, you know, walk all the way back, have them fall down, bring them with you. I think by doing it twice, I basically it took just as much time as doing it casually. I need 3 more people to open up this very door here. Excuse me? Okay, cool. And with that, we are slowly approaching the in-game. Sorry, the end game. The end game of Inside. That's what I was intending to say. You see very nervous scientists running in the background to the facility that I'm approaching. The music also suggests that something is going on. There's a cigarette that has just been lit, so somebody just must have gone away. There's a telephone dangling. The setup of the scene is incredibly great. It's you just know that something is up because the nervosity of the whole scene is just in the air. So we wonder what is going on. For the first time, the adults in the scene, they don't care that I am around here. They would just walk to somewhere and look what is going on in there. This guy is trying to be very fast, running into the chairs. Okay, so I'm actually supposed to do, a bit more of a round trip here. Instead, I'm going to use this trolley to inch a bit forward, fall down. Now I'm going to inch forward. Let's see, hopefully. Good. Okay, now I can grab this ledge and I can clip into the foreground, which is exactly what I want to do, until I'm at the height of this window separator right there. Now I'm climbing up. Not just yet. And there we go. Now we've skipped like a bunch of two checkpoints, and we're inside of that tank right there. Okay, so if you haven't played the game casually yet, and you still plan to, maybe you want to minimize and continue to listen to the audio, because what happens now is a bit of a spoiler. So we're trying to pull off these things and not have it grab me. I don't want you to grab me, and that is incredibly important. And now no, I didn't want to get grabbed. Okay, I'm just kidding, of course. That is, once again, intended. And now the really weird ending is starting. Yeah, and we are in this tank and trying to break free. So this is where the really, really absurd ending is starting off inside. We're basically this huddle moving along. And the complete, all the gameplay, all the physics, the controls, everything has changed for the last couple of minutes. And so we have to kind of adapt to what's happening. But it's pretty cool. So now we're also very, very strong. We can just, you know, pull this open. And need to go further along, trying to not trip over myself. And down here are my friends. They're still waiting for me, and they still love me because they're still following around. So you might, I don't know if you are a Mario Maker fan, but shoutouts to Team 0% who recently beat all the levels. You might have heard of Grand Pooh Bear, who is a Kaizo player and also a Mario Maker streamer, or used to be at least. Grand Pooh Bear actually has created the leaderboard for Inside at speedrun.com. He has since, he's not done any runs and since demodded himself, but let's just say the name that Any% used to have at the beginning was quite different than it is now, and the reason why that is, well, let's just say it had to do with a certain scene that is going to happen in a short time. So you can see we are super strong now. We can grab these stuff and just carry it around with ease. So I need this as a platform, climbing up here. Getting there. By the way, on the clocks in the background, you can see that is, in their world, it is the exact same time as in our world. In this room, according to the game files, this guy is called the CEO. If we wait long enough, he will move out of the way. We don't have that time, however, in the speedrun, so I'm sorry. We just need to squish you. All right, here we go. Here's again. This is easier with keyboard. I've heard. I'm going. Whoa, I need this plank. I'm gonna carry it up on the right-hand side. Now I press up. I push it down again. The dogs will no longer kill us, which is good. Okay, climbing over this. Over here. Falling down. There's the construction worker in the background, very afraid of us. I mean, I would be afraid too if I saw something like this moving around. Yes, I'm already as far to the left-hand side as I can be. Enter the code, please. All right, now we can move along. Still scared, running away from us. This is also one of my favorite moments where I just go through this little trapdoor. Okay, here we hear the gas out of this tube, and we need this wooden box right there. Throwing it over there. We try not to get too much time loss through falling down. Put the box up here again. And now walk through this water section. Whee! I don't want to fall down. Why is the huddle falling down so much? Oh, excuse me, that's not what I wanted. Okay, time is as soon as the huddle climbs into the furnace. I'm just kidding, of course. I need to throw the box inside the furnace. But I literally thought when I played the game for the first time that it would be the end of the game by burning yourself. Alrighty. And now the box is burning, but we don't want to lose the fire. What is happening to me? Go around here. And if you ever see gas, if you ever hear gas somewhere, you should not try to light it on fire. That is not very healthy. In this game, however, we just have to do this in order to open this gate, which we're doing now. All right, now we have to pull this wagon. Until we see the yellow paint on the floor. Remember the yellow paint discourse? I hope you don't, because it was very cringe. Here we go. Now I'm going to hang myself on this little thingy. And now you might have an idea what Grand Poober wanted to call the category, because the huddle is kind of reminiscent of something that you might have seen in your life before. Okay, so now we have destroyed and ripped a hole into this wall, which we need. And use the cart again, climb up, climb through the wall. So, alrighty. Okay, so now as we're the huddle, we can no longer activate these yellow boxes ourselves, so we need people with regular human shapes to do that for us. We're going to throw it up. This guy pulls it for us, throws it back down to us, and now we throw it up. Once again, the game helps us a bit out, but it still feels very natural. It does not feel cheated at all. We're in this room. I have no idea what's happening in this room. There's like even children are watching, so I don't know if that is unintended or intended what's happening here. And they want us to, you know, perform a little circus number. Oh no! And they put the floor away from our feet. Well, now we are underwater. While we are that, since we're the huddle, we are very, very strong. We can just rip apart the wall here. And rip that door away as well. Okay. There's actually a faster way of swimming, but I just can't seem to. I always fail. Okay, you know what? I don't care. It's fine. I just swim regular. Okay, time is coming up very, very soon, but I have the timer right here, so I will just hit it. So we are in this construction hall, and there's like a wooden wall on the side, and as I walk here on these planks, they will break down because I'm too heavy. Okay, did a bit of damage, and as soon as I break through the wall, it's time. So basically, we have time. There we are. So, now it looks as though we are finally outside. Are we actually? I don't know. There's a lot of theories about this game. If you want to look it up online, feel free. I'm not the guy to tell you what's going on in this game. Thank you so much for watching. It was great fun. Thank you for SpeedCon for having me at the event once again. I gave shoutouts again already, but I'm going to do it again to Parahelion. Thank you so much for keeping the community together. Penta, thank you for helping me out with the runs. And Hapkan and Nam, it looks like did we get another donation in, or
we did indeed, and I was just about to tell you, because it's actually for you once again, because we have another $10 from Penta.
Wow, thank you so much.
Saying hello from the German restream, and great job, Zed, on the run.
Thank you, Penta. Thank you for managing the restream. Yeah, keep the donations coming. We are closing in on $700. Do you think we can make the 1,000 until the end of the event? Would be great. We are raising money for Save the Children. They're an incredibly important organization, and I would say in my career as a speedrunner, I've done runs where I've been to events where we have raised money for Save the Children many times, and I'm glad to support them again. And ever since I've started going to events and raising money for them, I think this year is probably the most important year where you have to help children in need. And if you can spare any dollar, is a great help, because they really need everything that we can afford for them to get them a safe and secure future. Thank you so much.
Once again, Zed, thank you very much for that run from inside. I'm not